Today we're going to be making a Waltz of the Flowers headpiece. This is for most ballet schools. It's going to be very inexpensive, under $10 to make this. So this is the completed headpiece, and I'm going to show you all the things that you would need. So you're going to need green floral wire, a pair of clippers if you have some, a metal comb, needle and thread, preferably green, a piece of green felt, some colored stones. I'm really only going to use these three. And then I got this at the Hobby Lobby. It's wire, decorative wire with some berries on them. And then I've got two contrasting colors of silk flowers that I'm going to use. So we're going to start with a piece of floral wire. We're going to use the whole length. So we're going to wrap it around itself. And we're going to make a little sort of headband shape. So you're just gonna bend that wire to look sort of like a headband. We're gonna cut this other wire about 12 inches is what I measured earlier. So we're gonna just, you wanna give yourself a little bit of an end piece to be able to attach that. Okay, so put the bad piece in the back. This will be the front, and we're going to wrap that around itself, and then we're going to wrap the other side inward. And then you want to cut a little bit of a smaller piece that I'm going to put on the inside there. So just wrap it around the front of the headband, and I'm leaving about a ½ inch in between the two pieces. And then we're going to do the other side roughly about the same. You're going to take your felt, and you do want a hot glue gun to do this whole project, so make sure you have your hot glue gun. So all you're going to do is you're basically just going to cover the headband portion. So this is all going to get covered in felt. So I'm going to flip it over, and we're going to do a little bit of glue to just stick that wire to the felt. And then you're going to just cover it up like a present. Careful not to burn yourself. So you just want to wrap that all the way around the wire. It doesn't have to be perfect on the inside because that's going to all be covered up underneath. And so you just want to cover that up as best as you can, and then do the other section. So completely glue that all the way down. You want it flat and secure. You don't want it to come loose. So now you want to get your contrasting colors, and I'm going to actually use the leaves as well. So we're going to clip off some of the leaves from these silk flowers. So this is going to kind of cover up. We're going to put two in the middle, and then we're going to put two on the outside to just kind of hang over the edge. Okay, so you want to use your glue gun and just glue that on, and they can hang over a little bit, and that's okay. All right, so we've got that much. So now you want to make sure if you're making headpieces for a group, you want to make sure that you follow the same pattern. So we've got light pink on the inside and the outsides, and then a darker purple to contrast. So I like to actually just pull these directly off, so we're not going to use the stems. You want them pretty flat, and you even want to clip off the tiny plastic part on the top. So now you're going to put a fair bit of glue here in the middle. You really want this to stick. It's going to hold those leaves together and make it really solid. Next, you want to put your contrasting colors here. Okay, so we do the other side. I actually did three on the outside, so I'm going to continue that pattern. So you're going to take your 3 flowers for one side, and you're just going to group them around. So be real liberal with your glue. So they're in sort of a bunch. Okay, so that's one side. Okay, so if you have a different color costume, you can do purple, you can be creative, do blue, you can do whatever color your costume is. This is a really simple headpiece. We've got everything done except for the beads. So we're going to put all of our rhinestones on there, and you want to kind of wait till this is settled a little bit. So give it a second to dry. Now that our flowers are dry, we're gonna go ahead and do our beading. So I've got 3 colors that I'm gonna use, a green sort of pear shape, and then I've got some hot pink, and then I've just got some clear white. The clear white ones I'm gonna put in the middle of the 3 biggest flowers on the center. So I'm gonna do that glue, and then I'm just gonna enter that in the center. That'll give a little bit of contrast and a little sparkle on stage. Now I'm gonna put the 3 pear-shaped ones, and these are not expensive rhinestones. These are very inexpensive. You can get more expensive ones if you wanna spend a little more. And then I'm gonna take 2 of the berries that we had from our decorative wire that I used, and I'm gonna just insert those just under that pink flower, just to give a little detail. And then on top of that, I'm gonna just put a tiny little pink crystal. Repeat the same on the other side. Be creative, use different colors, do whatever. You can add more if you want, but that's a good base. And then all we're gonna do on the outside is we're gonna do the pink, the contrasting pink in the center of all these light pink flowers, just to give a little more sparkle. Okay, so the last thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a little bit of a stone here on the outside of these leaves, just to add a little more sparkle to your headpiece for stage. Once you've completed the headband portion, you wanna put a single stone in between the berries just to give it a little more sparkle. So you're gonna just glue right onto the base with these hot pink stones that I'm using, and you're just gonna glue 1 at every berry. Now the last thing you're gonna do is you're gonna attach your wire or your metal comb. This is a bridal comb you can get online. They're not expensive. Usually a dark color is best for stage. So you're gonna flip that over, and you're gonna not glue this, you are gonna sew this with your needle and thread, okay? So you're gonna take a doubled over piece of thread, and you're just gonna go through the felt, and you're gonna go all the way through, not through the wire, because you'll have a hard time, but you're just gonna sew through the fabric and just go all the way around until you've got a completed one that's stitched on and solid. Okay, so that is your completed headpiece.